We had 5 assembly elections. 2 governments were voted back in. The BJP, the Congress and the left got a government each in West Bengal, Kerala and Puducherry. We are going to look at 3 reasons why each of these government won the election. Let's start with the state of Kerala. Now Kerala has 140 assembly seats. There has been a very clear verdict, and the big surprise or the big turnaround this time is that the NDA has got about 15% votes and won one assembly seat, the first time in its history. The first reason perhaps is that history, which basically indicates that no government has won back-to-back elections in Kerala, barring ones in 1977. Umman Chandi completed his 5-year term. There were a lot of controversies about his the government, corruption scandals, all kinds of things, which weighed against the party, which weighed against the UDF. The second reason would be that the CPM had a history of factional fights in the past, but they put out a united front. The 92-year-old opposition leader V.S. Achyutanandan campaigned very hard, logging about 200 kilometers a day, and he travelled across the state. Then there was the party secretary Puducherry Balakrishnan, the possible chief minister Pinarayi Vijayan. All of them had a united front. The third reason perhaps is the rise of NDA. Historically, in assembly elections, BJP polls around 6% votes. This election, the NDA, the BJP got 10%, and its ally, BDJS, which is a 3-month-old party, they polled about 4% votes. Together, they have about 15% votes. And if you look at constituency-wise, if you do a constituency-wise analysis, you realize that UDF lost a lot of votes to NDA, which basically helped left, which also managed to retain its core base. Now we'll move to Tamil Nadu, which is a larger state, which 234 assembly constituencies, and it's got a very, TN has a very interesting history. Like Kerala, barring the 1980s, no government has been voted back to power. Jayalalitha has broken that. Now one reason is that the opposition was fragmented. So the index of opposition unity was very low, which usually benefits the incumbent government. In this particular case, Jayalalitha seems to have benefited it. The DMK, the main opposition, had Congress as an ally and the Dalit party as an ally, whereas the rest of the opposition, the PMK, the BJP, the left and the Vijayakant's DMDK, Vaiko's, MDMK, etc., were all fragmented, fighting as part of different fronts. That seems to have helped Jayalalitha consolidate her vote base. The second reason could be Jayalalitha's record in government. She has promised a lot of freebies. She did so in the last election also, and she delivered most of it. If you look at the experience of initiatives like Amma Canteen or Amma Water, etc., ensuring that there are cheap public goods being delivered to the public, and they were all being delivered as well. And DMK, on the other hand, this time said that the era of freebie culture is over, and we will be focusing more on deliveries. The third reason could be Jayalalitha's popularity in rural Tamil Nadu, especially among women. Now this is something which we have all seen through campaigns, that how the women respond to her, how she is seen as a better leader who addresses the women's concerns, especially to the welfare measures, etc. Now we move to the east, Assam. Now Assam, the first reason perhaps could be the anti-incumbency. Tarun Gogoi has been Chief Minister for 3 terms. There is a certain voter fatigue. There is a certain kind of new aspirations which look for a new dispensation and a new leadership that may have benefited the BJP. The second reason could be the high opposition, unity of opposition index. Here, if you look at it, Congress, it was basically a Congress versus the rest fight. BJP had successfully forged an alliance with both AGP and the Bodo People's Front, and they delivered handsomely. They seems to have done very well on individual terms, and there seems to have had a proper transfer of votes among all these parties. The third reason could be that the Congress expected a minority consolidation in its favor. Assam has a very high Muslim population, I think over 30%, and a significant percent of them votes for Badruddin Ajmal's AIUDF. The expectation this time for Congress, on the part of the Congress, was that a large chunk of that vote will shift towards it. Now, AIUDF was not in alliance with Congress, and perhaps they cut into the Congress votes, which basically ensured that the Congress could not keep its earlier vote share, which is 38%. It has fallen to 32% this time. Now West Bengal. The West Bengal's tendency is that the incumbent government gets a long rope from people. Left was in power for 34 years. It was not a spectacularly successful government, yet it managed to win election after election. So Mamata, despite the controversies about her government, seems to have given another chance by the West Bengal electorate. Now the second thing which the left hoped will work for him is its alliance with the Congress. Now this is an interesting experiment. Congress has been the historical opponent of the left in West Bengal, and here the expected vote transfer perhaps did not happen from Congress to the left, or it could be that the Congress did not have any vote left outside its areas of influence to transfer to the left. Like in Tamil Nadu, there was not sufficient opposition unity against Mamata here. The BJP had an alliance with Gorkha Janmukti Morcha. They got about 6 seats and 11% vote. This possibly or probably cut into the left votes, which could have helped the party win against Trinamool. Now to Puducherry, which is a small state but spread across 3 states. There is a component in Kerala, there is a component in Andhra Pradesh, plus the actual Puducherry state, which is in Tamil Nadu. Now we had Rangasamy, who was the Chief Minister for more than 1 term, and there seems to be incumbency working against it. And it's basically a Congress state. So the Rangasamy was also an earlier congressman who left to form his own outfit. So it seems that the parent body has taken back its vote, and it had an alliance with DMK, which it benefited. The CPM also has won a seat in Pondicherry for the first time, I think, in its history, which came from the Kerala side. So it's an extension perhaps of the Kerala vote.